Hello students, I welcome you once again to the e-learning sessions of Automobile Engineering. Myself Hardik Shah, and we are discussing about the lecture series on the Automotive Engineering, and subject is Automotive Electricals and Electronics. Okay, we have already started a new chapter, that is lighting systems, and our today's topic in this video is different types of lamps in lighting system in detail. Okay, I hope you will see this video till the end to completely understand this topic and gain your skills in automobile engineering. I also request you to note down any queries which arises during the lecture and ask it in comment section. I will try to solve all the queries as soon as possible. So now let's start our today's video. So first is tail lamp, license plate lamp and the parking lamp circuits. So the tail lamp, license plate lamps and the parking lamps illuminate the car for the other drivers to see. Okay, so now let's see its circuit diagram. So these lamps usually share a single circuit because the laws of the different countries require that they should be light at the same time. Okay, now the figure shows a typical circuit diagram. Since the main headlamp switch controls the lamps, they can be light whether the ignition switch is on or off. Okay, so for that we need to understand what are the switches and fuses which are in the use for it. Okay, so these lamps are controlled by contacts within the main headlamp switch and they can be light when the headlamps are off. Okay, a fuse protects this circuit. Fine. Now which bulbs are used in the circuit? So the bulbs designs most commonly used as a tail lamps and parking lamps, and they are of the single contact bayonet and the double contact bayonet. Okay, so these are the types of the bulb, that is S6 and S8. So the tail and the parking lamps may each be one filament of a double filament bulb. Now license plate lamps are usually of the single contact bayonet, or you can say wedge bulb also. Okay, either of the brass or other material. Fine. So this was about the tail lamp and parking lamp. Next is stop lamp and the turn signal circuits. So what is that? So stop lamps, also called brake lamps, are always red. Okay, now our country law requires a red center high mounted stop lamp. Okay, that is CHMSL, and in later models, okay, so turn signals or directionals are either amber or white on the front of the car and either red or amber on the rear of the car. Fine. So let's see about the circuit diagram of it. So typical circuit diagram with the stop lamp and the turn lamps as separate bulbs is shown here. Okay, so when the brakes are applied, the brake switch is closed and the stop lamps light. Okay, now the brake switch receives a current from the fuse panel and is not affected by the ignition switch. Fine. So when the turn signal switch is moved in either direction, the corresponding turn signal lamp receives the current from the flasher unit and it will start lighting. Fine. So the flasher unit causes the current to start and stop very rapidly, as we have seen. So the turn signal lamps flashes on or off with the interrupted current. Now the turn signal switch receives current through the ignition switch, so that the signals will light only if the ignition switch is on. This is very important. Okay, in many cars the stop and turn signals are both provided by one filament, as it is shown here. Okay, so when the turn signal switch is closed, the filament receives interrupted current through the flasher unit. Okay, this will happen in it. So when the brakes are applied, the filament receives a steady current flow of the current through the brake switch and special contact in the turn signal switches. Okay, now if both switches are closed at the one, the brake switch current is not allowed through the turn signal switch to the filament on the signaling side. Okay, so this will happen in combined system. Now the signaling filament receives interrupted current through the flasher unit, so it flashes on and off. Fine. So the filament on the opposite side of the car receives a steady flow of the current through the brake switch and it will turn the signal switch, so it is continuously light. Fine. So this will happen in the single filament lights. Okay. So let's see about the switches, fuse and flashers which are used in it. Now several units affect current flow through the stop lamp and the turn signal circuits. The ignition switch is located between the battery and the turn signal switch. Okay. So the current cannot flow through the turn signal switch if the ignition switch is off. Okay. So the ignition switch does not control the brake switch. It is connected directly to the battery voltage through the fuse panel. Okay. This is the importance of the fuse panel. Okay. Now before mid 60s, the brake switch was often located within the brake hydraulic system and it is operated by the hydraulic pressure. Now because of the change in braking system design, these type of switches are not longer provided in a current car models. Okay. So in late models, the brake switch is usually mounted on the bracket that holds the brake pedal. Okay. So when the pedal is pressed, the switch is closed. Okay. So the turn signal switch is mounted within the steering column and it is operated by the hand lever and it will actually work. So moving the lever up or down closes the contact, so supply the current to the flasher unit and to the appropriate turn signal lamp. So a turn signal switch includes cams and the springs that cancel the signal after the turn has been completed. So this is as the steering wheel is turned in the signal direction and then when it is returned to its normal position, the cams and the springs separate the turn signal switch's contact. So in the system, using the separate filaments for the stop and turn lamps, the brake and the turn signal switches are not connected. Fine. So if the car uses the same filament for both purpose, there must be a way for the turn signal switch to interrupt the brake switch current and allow only flasher unit current to the filament on the side being signaled. Fine. So to do this, brake switch current is routed through the contacts within the turn signal switch. Okay. So by linking the certain contacts, the bulb can receive either brake switch current or flasher current depending upon the which direction is being signaled by the driver. Okay. So this will happen in the flasher unit when the brake switch is closed and the right side turn is signaled. Fine. Now steady current through the brake switch is stand in a left brake lamp when we are using the right side. Now interrupted current from the signal is sent to the right side lamp and vice versa it will happen in a left side brake. Okay. So the flasher unit supplies a rapid on off current to the turn signal lamps. Now to do this, they act very much like the self setting circuit breakers. So current flows through the bimetallic arm, hitting the arm until it bends and opens a set of the contact points. Now when the current stops, the arm cools down and the contact points close again. So this cycle occurs rapidly so that the turn signal lamps flash on and off about the once at every second. Now the flasher units usually are installed in the wiring harness beneath the instrument panel or in the fuse panel. Okay. Now some manufacturers uses two flashers, one for the turn signals and other for the hazard wiring lamps. Okay, that we will see in some of the next lectures. Fine. Other manufacturers uses single flasher that controls both turn signals and the hazard warning lamps. Okay, so this type of flasher is called a combination flasher. Okay, so this was all about the flasher. Now the turn signal circuit must include one or more indicators to show the driver that the turn signal are operating. Okay, indication must be there in dashboard. Okay, so these indicators are small bulb in the instrument panel, that is dashboard, that provides a parallel path to the ground for some of the flasher unit current. Now most systems have separate indicators for the right and left side, although some cars uses only one indicator bulb for both the sides. Okay, so on some models additional indicators are also mounted on the front fender which is facing the driver. Fine. Now two separate fuses which are almost rated about the 20 amperes uses protect to stop lamp and turn signal lamp circuits. Fine. Next is bulb. Which bulbs are used in this circuit? So the bulb type traditionally used as a stop or signal lamps are S8 single and double contact bayonet base, although wedge base bulbs are being used more frequently. Fine. The stop and the turn filaments may be the part of double filament bulb. Fine. So this was all about the side lamps and tail lamps and the stop lamps. Okay. So we have discussed it in details. I wish you got the clear idea about it. Therefore, if you have any more to know or have any specific query regarding it, let me know in comment section. I will try to solve all the queries as soon as possible. Okay. In next lecture, we will discuss about the hazard warning lamp in detail. Okay. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Goodbye.